History whispers to us through ancient texts, crumbling ruins and stories passed down through generations. Myths and legends weave their way into the narrative, blurring the lines between fact and fiction. These myths often possess a tantalizing allure, offering simplified explanations for complex events. However, the danger lies in mistaking these captivating tales for historical truths. When we delve into the past, we must do so with a discerning eye. It is our duty to separate the threads of truth from the fabric of myth. By doing so, we can gain a more accurate and nuanced understanding of the people and events that have shaped our world. The journey toward historical accuracy requires careful examination of evidence and a willingness to challenge long-held assumptions. Throughout history, countless myths have taken root, worming their way into our collective consciousness. Some are harmless embellishments, adding a touch of color to the tapestry of the past. Others have had far-reaching consequences, shaping perceptions and influencing interpretations of significant events. One such myth is the notion that the ancient Romans used the salute made famous by Nazi Germany. Another prevalent myth surrounds the Vikings, often portrayed wearing horned helmets, yet this iconic headwear is nothing more than a product of artistic license and later romanticization. Perhaps one of history's most enduring myths concerns Marie Antoinette and the infamous phrase, "let them eat cake." But did she ever utter these words? The evidence suggests otherwise. The image is striking, a Roman legionary standing proudly with his right arm extended, palm facing down. This gesture, so often associated with ancient Rome, has been immortalized in countless films and works of art. The problem is that there is no evidence to suggest that the ancient Romans ever used this salute. The gesture, which would later become synonymous with fascism, has no basis in Roman history or culture. Its association with ancient Rome is a relatively recent phenomenon, dating back to the late 19th and early 20th centuries. The misconception likely arose from a combination of factors, including artistic license and a desire to create a sense of historical continuity. During the neoclassical period, artists often drew inspiration from Roman and Greek art and culture. Vikings, with their longships and fierce reputations, have long captured our imaginations. One of the most enduring images of the Viking warrior is that of a fearsome figure wearing a horned helmet. This iconic headwear has become a staple of Viking depictions in popular culture. However, there is no archaeological evidence to support the notion that Vikings wore horned helmets in battle. In fact, only a single helmet dating back to the Viking Age has ever been found, and it is distinctly hornless. The myth of the horned Viking helmet likely emerged in the 19th century during a time of growing national romanticism in Europe. Artists and writers may have added horns to their helmets to enhance their fearsome appearance. Marie Antoinette, the last Queen of France before the French Revolution, is a figure shrouded in myth and controversy. One of the most enduring myths surrounding her is the infamous phrase, "let them eat cake." This callous remark, if true, would perfectly encapsulate the Queen's alleged disregard for her subjects' suffering. However, there is no evidence to suggest that Marie Antoinette ever spoke these words. The phrase first appeared in print in 1767, when Marie Antoinette was just 12 years old and still living in Austria. It was attributed to an unnamed great princess, and it is highly unlikely that the future Queen of France was even aware of the anecdote at the time. The "let them eat cake" myth likely gained traction during the French Revolution as a way to discredit the monarchy. Marie Antoinette became an easy target for propaganda and slander. Now, let's turn our attention to the factual truths behind these persistent historical myths. The Roman salute, with its powerful symbolism, did not originate in ancient Rome. While the Romans did have gestures of greeting and respect, the raised arm salute associated with fascism was a product of the 19th and 20th centuries. Its appropriation by the Nazi regime forever tarnished its image. Vikings, those intrepid seafarers, did not wear horned helmets into battle. This iconic image is a product of artistic embellishment and romanticism. Marie Antoinette never uttered the heartless phrase, "let them eat cake." This quote is a fabrication, a product of revolutionary propaganda designed to discredit the monarchy. The Roman salute, despite its misleading name, has no roots in ancient Roman culture. Its origins can be traced back to the 19th century, where it emerged as a theatrical device in productions of classical plays. This gesture was intended to evoke a sense of Roman grandeur and authority. However, the salute took on a more sinister meaning in the early 20th century, when it was adopted by Benito Mussolini's fascist regime in Italy. Mussolini embraced the salute as a symbol of Italian nationalism and power. The Nazi Party in Germany soon followed suit, adopting the Roman salute as their own. The salute, now indelibly linked to fascism and the horrors of World War II, became a chilling reminder of the dangers of totalitarian ideology. It highlights the importance of understanding the historical context in which symbols emerge and evolve. The Vikings, far from being the horned, helmet-wearing barbarians of popular imagination, were skilled seafarers, traders, and explorers. They possessed a sophisticated understanding of shipbuilding and navigation, which allowed them to traverse vast distances across the North Atlantic. Their ships, the iconic longships, were marvels of engineering, designed for both speed and maneuverability. These versatile vessels allowed the Vikings to raid coastal settlements, engage in trade, and even colonize new lands. While the Vikings were undoubtedly fierce warriors, their military prowess stemmed from their strategic brilliance and mastery of naval warfare. They were not reliant on horned helmets or other such outlandish attire. The Vikings were motivated by a complex interplay of factors, including the search for new land, resources, and trading opportunities. They established settlements and trading posts across Europe, leaving a lasting impact on the cultures they encountered. Marie Antoinette, despite her portrayal in popular culture, was not the callous, out-of-touch ruler she is often made out to be. While she certainly enjoyed a life of privilege and luxury, she was also a woman of intelligence, compassion, and artistic sensibility. Her marriage to Louis XVI, while arranged for political expediency, was a loving one. Marie Antoinette was a devoted wife and mother, and she took her role as queen seriously. The French court, with its rigid etiquette and intricate social hierarchies, could be a stifling environment. Marie Antoinette, young and somewhat rebellious, sought solace in the company of close friends and the pursuit of artistic endeavors. Her patronage of the arts and fashion reflected her refined tastes and her desire to create a court that was both elegant and intellectually stimulating. Marie Antoinette's life, cut short by the French Revolution, was a tragedy. Understanding the truth behind historical myths is essential for constructing a more accurate and nuanced understanding of the past. When we cling to myths, we perpetuate falsehoods that can have real-world consequences. They can distort our perceptions of different cultures and time periods, leading to prejudice and misunderstanding. For example, the myth of the horned Viking helmet reinforces the stereotype of Vikings as barbaric and uncivilized. This stereotype can influence our understanding of Scandinavian history and culture, leading to inaccurate generalizations. Similarly, the myth of Marie Antoinette's "let them eat cake" remark perpetuates a simplistic and unfair portrayal of a complex historical figure. It ignores the multifaceted social, economic, and political factors that contributed to the French Revolution. History is not a static, unchanging monolith. It is a dynamic and evolving narrative shaped by the perspectives of those who write it and the evidence that comes to light. As we continue to uncover new information and challenge old assumptions, our understanding of the past inevitably shifts and deepens. The process of debunking historical myths is about seeking a more accurate and nuanced understanding of the people and events that have shaped our world. By shedding light on the truth behind historical myths, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexities of the past. We also develop critical thinking skills that are essential for navigating the present and shaping the future. So, the next time you encounter a historical anecdote that seems too good to be true, dig a little deeper. By doing so, you will enrich your understanding of the past and contribute to a more accurate collective memory.